Hello, I'm Kim June Johnson, reading to you today from Hornby Island, where I currently live and have lived for the past 7 or so years. I'm a singer-songwriter and a writer and a yoga teacher here, and I'm so honored to be reading to you today as part of the Dead Poets Reading Series. Thank you, Isabella, for welcoming me to be a part of this. I'm going to be reading poems by Patrick O'Connell, who is a Winnipeg poet, was a Winnipeg poet, who wrote exquisite lyric poetry. And he was highly respected as a poet in his community in Winnipeg, but he didn't, in his living years at least, receive the recognition that I and many others believe his poetry deserves. So hopefully this will help to spread the word about Patrick O'Connell. He was a poet that struggled with his mental health. He walked the path of homelessness and poverty sometimes, and he was much loved in his community as a kind man and an eccentric soul. He died at the age of about 60 or 61 in 2005. So today, June 3rd, is actually the anniversary of his death. He's been gone for 15 years, and June 17th was the celebration of his life. I lived in Winnipeg for 7 years while he was alive. I didn't meet him, but while I was there, a creative writing teacher gave me 2 of his books to read. Hoping for Angels was one of them, and The Joy That Cracked the Mountain was one of the others. But they stayed on my bookshelf, and I didn't really dive into the poems when I received them. And then a few years later, I had a daughter, and I went through a fairly intense postpartum depression. And during that time, I pulled his books off my shelf. And I have to say that they spoke so directly to me during that time, and they were exactly what I needed. So perhaps you'll find that they're exactly what you need today too. When I was looking online for information about Patrick O'Connell's work, I noticed that his poems are quite hard to find. And I also found a wonderful essay by Patrick Friesen. He wrote about Patrick O'Connell, and I loved what he had to say about him in the essay. So I'm going to read it. He says, "His fragile health and precarious financial circumstances did not lead to despair in his writing. The darkness was there, the poverty, the illness, and he knew the life of the beggar in his poems. But out of this knowledge came a gratitude for the small joys. He knew the interchangeableness of light and dark, and he knew what it was to be a poet in the most fundamental way." I love that, and it's true. Before I start reading, I want to just explain that this book, The Joy That Cracked the Mountain, is a suite of 3 poems. No, pardon me. It's a suite in 3 parts, with several poems in each suite, of course, and there are no titles to the individual poems themselves. So I'm going to read it the way that I read it when I first cracked this open, in pieces. And so I'm not going to be saying the titles, so I am going to pause between each poem so that you can differentiate. Grateful then for these small aches and the night that keeps me humble, while I try to decipher the meaning of things, like a man who went to the edge of ruin while the sky bloomed in every tree and 2 birds sang, like a brief moment in the summer rain with 3 coins and a kid in the fountain, for it's only the diamond in the mind, the thing I knew when the thrush called and a sign was revealed to me, when the darkest night I ever knew became my greatest blessing. It must be this light coming through the crack that keeps me asking, that keeps me yearning to be born, hoping the dirt will burst into flowers and that my hellfire words will sail through the air as if they were spoken by bells. So quiet here you can hear the wood ticks landing on the cattle and the hollow men on sidewalks giving up the ghost. As I go waltzing the bear again, while the little wind-up soldier is battering on his drum. It might have been the day I walked out on the world and its 10,000 joys, its 10,000 sorrows, tiptoeing along the highway in my glass shoes, where it's always the same question, the simple art of being here, accepting the long shadow that I cast, and reeling myself in as if my heart were a crow on a string and I'd gone by the blistered up 40 floors of stairs trying to speak the mixed up names of all the baffled dead. So don't look to me for mere decorations or anything to divert you from ruthless heaven or the ruthless earth. Two blue jays landed on our branch. A breeze blew a kind of texture on the river. Cottonwood leaves rustled like chimes. And while your 1-year-old waved her spoon in the air, I wanted to tell you everything, how I had extinguished all desire, though I ate the salad hungrily, and must have revealed my want, I guess, by the way I looked at you, a sight for sore eyes in your red boots. But sensing that all our grace lies in our control, I simply laughed and blinked, like my old aunt on a holiday from the bank, who would never reveal the contents of her soul. Here where I've bloomed and died and bloomed again, where the way is always vertical and I climb, for it's how I conceive of the world. The way the night sighs like leaves when my coat makes a sail for the wind, so it's spring rain and a violin. And two girls dancing along the road, throwing their arms at the sky, while the night goes on forever like a turning carousel, and I hear the far-off echo of my name. So it's starlight saving time and a night in a Spanish garden. In gold-spangled shoes and dark greens and blues, I'm working my diamond machine and coming up empty of everything except the radiance of the mind, where I go the way the lightning did with a sparrow in my vest. Here where I call my death a birth, I break free of the old cocoon. So when all those faithless hearts are being swallowed by the shadows, I'll open up the windows for the moon. There on some summer bridge, in shirt sleeves, with a diamond brooch, I'm waiting for the night light on the river, where I hear the silence deepen and dream a chant I've heard. So later tonight, with no expectation, I'll go right through the perfumed void and echo all those songbirds in the hall, where I'll burn the nights like firewood and somehow speak your name. I'm writing to tell you I made it over the wall and crossed a summer field at dawn, startling white birds into the air. Oh, could you ever believe in a heart that never danced? Hallucinating minstrel with a diamond in my fist, I've tried to hold a candle to the sun. And all through the long corridor of my sleep, I tossed and yearned and dreamed a woman in a yellow skirt. And she was always singing how the spiral stairway we travel on is only a burning thing. A death and a resurrection all in the space of an inch, where somewhere in my neighborhood I'm lost and found again, and feel the pulse and urge to phone and call the sky a miracle, like young Horatio, who just lay down in the darkness and had his first glimpse of ecstasy. Oh, we're here, brother. We're here on the turning earth. So I've swept the blue rug and found my own salvation in my arms. Then say my prayer and mantra as a whole world opens up. What might be there then? What I might lean toward to burn like any passion in the rain. For a bright light burns in a dark age, and I'm here dreaming light, dreaming clothes on a line. When time all those years rang like a bell in my skin, oh, like all the saints I've believed in wings, and gone the rocky distance with a hymn, with a mind like a river, and a heart like a torch. I see her statue in the cathedral yard every time I walk to the candle store, the Virgin Mary. In the statue, she is standing with her head slightly bowed and her arms at her sides, with the palms of her hands facing forward. And do you know what I'm going to tell you? I feel sometimes that the Virgin Mary looks out for me, and some nights I even feel her presence in my room, and have always thought that she would understand me in a way that Jesus never could. And I'm going to actually recite one more. It's my favorite one that I've read so many times that I have it memorized. So I'll try to find the page that it's on, at least. Page 25, The Joy That Cracked the Mountain. Okay. It was the eloquent dark, and the confabulations of a mind that somehow passed on sorrow and reveled there in its prayer and its penniless boots, while the white magnolia shifted in its face. And I saw my face there in the grain of the wood, while time ticked like an iron thing that was coming all apart. And struck by the impermanence of things, I am called to that which never lasts, yet go on this joyous errand as if I had wings. Oh, it's a kind of hallelujah I am trying to stutter on the road. I love that one. I love Patrick O'Connell, The Joy That Cracked the Mountain. Check him out. Thank you so much for listening today.